All right, yo, what's up, everybody? Special edition executive decisions getting in here earlier today. The AP Associated Press released their initial college football rankings, top 25 rankings for the 2023-2024 campaign. So I'm not going to get in here and go through the entire top 25, but I do want to give my thoughts on the top 10 teams coming into the season, give you a couple wagers you can place as well. All I need you to do in return is to hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for that. You know what I'm saying? So let's hop into it right now. The number 10 team in the country is the Washington Huskies. Pac-12 representative coming in at number 10. Obviously, we know what Michael Penix is. He is a Heisman Trophy candidate. He's going to be the leader of this team that is mainly an offensive unit. They average 39 points per game. Now, here is the problem. They have an elite passing game, but their defense cannot stop the pass. Now, they did attack the transfer portal. They went and grabbed Oklahoma State, Jabbar Muhammad, one of the top cornerbacks in the league. That could help that defensive when it comes to stopping the pass. But allowing 251 yards in the air per game is not going to be something that's going to get you to the college football playoffs. But they do have an elite offense and elite passing game themselves. At number 9, you have Dabo Swinney's bunch, the Clemson Tigers. Cade Klubnik era is beginning in Clemson. He's getting ready to take over. Listen, Dabo trying to get the team back into the college football playoffs. It kind of seems as if Clemson is falling on hard time, yet they are a still top 10 program coming in. Now, they got some big games on the schedule, Notre Dame, Florida State. New offensive coordinator Garrett Riley from TCU has one job, and that is to improve Clemson's passing game. If they can get that done, they're going to be a beast to deal with, and they got a tough schedule, so they'll have a chance to make a run. At number 8, the top-ranked team in the ACC coming into the season, the Florida State Seminoles. Mike Norvell got the crew back inside the top 10. Jordan Travis, quarterback, Heisman Trophy candidate. Excuse me. They also return ACC Defensive Rookie of the Year, Patrick Payton. Listen, Florida State's the real deal. They're legit. I like Florida State actually to win the ACC this year. You can get that bet right now at probably about plus 115. They are actually the favorite. And you see that obviously with the rankings as well, as they are one spot ahead of the Clemson Tigers. Big time matchup with LSU in week 1. If they win that matchup, they would vault into the top 5, and it's a good chance that they can stay there all season. So Florida State, number 8. Number 7, you talk about a talented roster and a very good team coming out the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Big season on deck for James Franklin, his best roster at Penn State. Drew Allard, Nicholas Singleton, Katron Allen. Listen now, you know what it is for Penn State. You know what I'm saying? They got the big boys on their side in their conference in the Big Ten, Ohio State and Michigan. But listen, if they can get a couple wins or at least get one win versus those two teams, they have to go to Ohio State. Michigan comes to them. So interesting. But listen, this is a big year for Penn State. We see how far that they can take it. They're feeling very good about the program. Kalen King is a guy who could be a top NFL draft pick. Adisa Isaac, Chop Robinson. Very solid Penn State team coming into the season. At number 6, the USC Trojans. Now, this is Caleb Williams, is the Heisman favorite. He is trying to make history to become the second guy to win the Heisman since Archie Griffin did it way back when. He is one of the most talented quarterbacks that this game has ever seen. He is a guy that's probably more than likely going to be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. You're going to hear the word generational talent thrown around, and that's what he is. Now, his team, defensively, they stunk. They have to be better this year if they are going to compete and make the college football playoffs. They compete for a championship. They did get some help in the transfer portal with Bear Alexander, defensive lineman coming over from the University of Georgia. But obviously, the defense is going to be critical if USC plans to contend for a Pac-12 championship and a trip to the college football playoff. All right, top 5 starts with number 5, the LSU Tigers. Brian Kelly, Jaden Daniels, ready to rock and roll, a chance to win the championship this year? I think so. LSU is my pick right now at 12-1 to win the national championship. And let me tell you something. this opened up at 20-1 and it's been bet down to 12-1. I would not be surprised if we got the Labor Day weekend and this is bet down to 9-1. They got that massive battle of top tens when they face Florida State to open up the season down there in Orlando, Florida at Camping World Stadium. That's a big time matchup to start the season right there. And listen, the sports books are taking liability. I believe something like 10% of the tickets are on LSU, around 10% of the money as well, according to BetMGM. So the LSU Tigers, I like them. And you know what? I'm not alone. Number 4, Nick Saban's bunch, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, the quarterback battle is the story. Tyler Buchner transferred over in the spring from Notre Dame. Jalen Milroe, Ty Simpson. Nobody has been able to win that starting job outright yet. It's going to be telling to see how Nick Saban handles that situation. Get those kids out there ready to go. They got the big matchup versus LSU. That's going to be major for them. And obviously, they look to contend for another SEC championship. Now, they got good players on the team. Kool-Aid McKinstry. They got a whole bunch of depth. They bring back Kevin Steele as defensive coordinator. Alabama is going to be in the mix, but coming in at number 4, this is one of their lowest opening season rankings in a while. So, but that doesn't mean there's trouble in Alabama. Trust me, they're going to be good to go. Number 3 team, Ohio State. Looks like Kyle McCord is going to be the starting quarterback. He'll be ready to go. Devin Brown is the guy that he's competing with. They got some good running backs as well in Ohio State. Trayvon Henderson, Mayan Williams. They got a good defense. Obviously, Marvin Harrison Jr. as a wide receiver, generational talent. One of those guys is going to be one of the top performers in college football. He very well could win the Heisman Trophy. He very well could be number 1 or number 2 pick in this upcoming NFL draft. So Ohio State, Ryan Day squad continue to be loaded. At number 2, the Michigan Wolverines, Big Ten representative. J.J. McCarthy is the quarterback. You know how it goes. He's the guy that's getting bet up, taking some sharp money to win the Heisman Trophy, even though I'm going back in Williams with the Heisman Trophy. But you know what Michigan is. Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, McCarthy, the defense that held teams to 16 points per game last year. A trip to the college football playoffs very well could be in the mix. Now, the number 1 team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. Why not? Carson Beck, more than likely, I would say pretty surely going to be the starting quarterback for this team as they go out of the Stetson Bennett era. Brock Bowers, Ladd McConkey, dogs on defense, you know what I'm saying? So Tennessee on the schedule, Carolina on the schedule. Doesn't really make a difference who's on the schedule. The Georgia Bulldogs are the top team in college football, trying to nail down that three-peat. So there you go right there. That is college football's initial top 10 going into the season. Washington, Clemson, Florida State, Penn State, Southern California, LSU, Alabama, Ohio State, the Michigan Wolverines, and the Georgia Bulldogs. Thank you very much, everybody. Please hit that subscribe button. Let's get these numbers up, and let's make some money in college football this year. It's your boy, the Fantasy Exec. I'm out.